Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope everything is good at your side. May Allah have mercy on all of us and keep everyone happy and safe. We are studying Chapter 7 Exports and Imports of Pakistan. Our today's lecture is the continuity of the previous one as we will discuss the remaining major exports of Pakistan. So let's quickly revise the largest exports of Pakistan that we have discussed in the previous lecture. The first one is the cotton. Different type of cotton is cultivated in Pakistan, and the cotton of Pakistan is of excellent quality and very fine. It is the major crop of Pakistan that is mainly grown in the Punjab and Sindh. Pakistan is the fourth largest producer of cotton in the world after the USA, China, and India, and the third largest in Asia. As cotton is the largest export item of Pakistan, more than 60% of all exports are cotton products. Cotton is exported in 5 forms like cotton clothing, cotton cloth, cotton yarn or thread, as raw cotton or cotton waste. So, cotton is the largest export item of Pakistan. Another important export item is rayon, that is the second largest export item. Rayon is regenerated cellulose fiber that is made from natural sources such as wood and agricultural products. Rayon is a versatile fiber and it is often called artificial silk because it has some qualities or properties of real silk, but it is cheaper than natural silk. Its fibers are soft, smooth, cool, and comfortable. They are highly absorbent and they can easily be dyed in the wide range of colors. So, rayon is the second largest export item of Pakistan. Another important export item of Pakistan is rice. Rice is Pakistan's second largest grain crop. Pakistan produces or grows nearly 55 million tons rice a year. Students, Pakistan exports very good or excellent qualities of rice, but the most famous rice is basmati rice, which are highly sought after all over the world because of its aroma, color, fragrance, quality, highly nutritious value. Pakistan is very fortunate in growing excellent basmati rice as it is the most expensive of all varieties of rice, and and sells at 3 or 4 times price of ordinary rice. Pakistan earns good foreign exchange by exporting its different varieties of rice, especially basmati rice. In 2007, over 600,000 tons of basmati and almost 2 million tons of other types were exported. And in 2013 and 14, Pakistan exported rice worth nearly $1,850 million. So, rice is the third largest export item of Pakistan. The next important export item is sports equipment or sports goods. This is Pakistan's fourth largest export item. Pakistan is famous all over the world in the manufacturing of different types of sports goods that include football, bats and stumps, volleyball, rackets of squash and tennis, hockey sticks, carom board, and so on. As Pakistan is an agricultural country, there is plentiful supply of leather for balls, trees such as willow and ash that provide the raw material for bats, stumps, hockey sticks, and rackets for squash and tennis. Pakistan is manufacturing or making almost all kind of sports goods, but the most important or the worth mentioning are the equipments of volleyball, football, hockey, and cricket. Students, remember, football or the soccer of Pakistan is famous all over the world, and even they are also used in the World Cup of football. And the Pakistani cities of Sialkot and Lahore are famous for manufacturing of sports goods. The sports goods of Pakistan are of highly quality and by world standard. They are relatively cheap because the labor costs are low in Pakistan. As the sports equipments made in Pakistan are of excellent quality, and their labor costs are cheap. Some of the world renowned brands are sourcing a large portion of their supplies of sports goods from Sialkot. It means they are having their factories or their main supplies of sports goods are manufactured in Pakistan, especially in Sialkot, and from there they supply it to other countries by having their own logos or monograms. So, Sialkot is very important in the manufacturing of sports goods, and the people are very skilled here. Students, different raw material have been used in the making of sports goods, and most of this raw material was natural, but with the progress of science and technology, the materials used in sports equipments have evolved. Today, much of the natural raw material is being replaced by plastic and other synthetic material. So, if you look at the different sports equipments that are, so you will know that they are mostly made of plastic and from other synthetic material. For example, footballs and cricket balls. They are now plastic coated instead of leather. Similarly, hockey sticks are made of graphite instead of wood. Tennis and squash rackets, especially their frames, they are made of metal. And sometimes titanium is used in the making of their frame, which is a very light and very strong metal, but it is very expensive. And the stringing of these rackets is done by nylon instead of guts from animal. Student, guts mean ant. That is a part of our digestive system. It is a kind of a hollow tube. So these are the changes that are taking place in the manufacturing of sports goods, as different plastics and synthetic materials are used instead of the natural raw material, but still Pakistan is manufacturing a very good and very fine or excellent quality of sports goods, and it is still a major exporter of sports equipment all over the world. Sports equipment is the fourth largest export item of Pakistan. Pakistan's sports teams are also famous all over the world. Pakistan has best sports teams, especially in cricket, hockey, and squash. The next important item or export item is carpet. It is the most popular exports of Pakistan, as the hardy wool from the tough sheep and goat of the hilly region is ideally suitable for making carpets, and these sheep and goats are commonly found in Pakistan. Pakistan holds a special position in carpet weaving. Handmade carpets of Pakistan are famous all over the world. Lahore, Faisalabad, Multan, Jhang, and Sangla Hill. These are the cities which are famous for carpet weaving in Pakistan. As the material which is used in making of carpets is easily found in Pakistan, that's the reason carpet making by hand is a cottage industry in Pakistan, and all of the family members take part in making of carpets. We export our carpets, rugs and mats to the different countries, especially to America, France, Belgium, Switzerland, France, where they are liked very much. And Pakistan, according to the Economic Survey of Pakistan 2013 and 14, Pakistan earned nearly $106 million foreign exchange through the export of these products. Students, carpets are highly priced items, especially the hand knotted ones. Hand knotted means which is made by hand. The price of a carpet is determined by the quality of material. For example, if it is made of wool or silk or both, and the number of knots per square inch. It means the higher the number of knots per square inch, the more valuable the carpets are. So these are the two main aspects which determine the price of a carpet. Antique carpets are also very expensive, but the carpets which are liked all over the world are the handmade carpets. Although carpets are made in factories, but they are less in price and they are not liked by everyone. The best carpet are the handmade carpets in people's home, and especially which are weaved by quite young children of age 6 to 12. Here in the picture you can see children are weaving a carpet. In Pakistan, a large number of children are employed in carpet industry. It is said that 500,000 to 1 million of children are full-time workers in the carpet industry. Mostly people prefer to have children as a worker to make the carpets or to weave the carpets. Why do you think? What is the reason why are children employed in carpet industry? The children of age 6 to 12 years, they have nimble fingers. Nimble fingers mean slim fingers, and they are often better weaver than adults. Why? Because they can knot the carpets more closely, and when there are more knots, the higher the number of knots per square inch, the more valuable the carpets are. That's the reason children of age 6 to 12 years are often better weavers, because they have slim or nimble fingers, so they can make more knots than the adults, and the more knots mean the price of the carpet is higher. Students, as in Pakistan carpet industry, a lot of children are working or employed there, but do you know that working of children is illegal and it is strongly opposed internationally. Working of children under 18 years is known as the child labor. According to UNICEF, child labor is some type of work performed by children below age 18 or before they reach the lawful minimum age for employment in the country. Child labor is strongly opposed internationally because it exploits the children or harms them in some ways, physically, mentally, morally, or by blocking access to education. So that's why most Western countries have very strict laws regarding child labor. Children are supposed to be at school, and in some countries only light part-time work after school hours is allowed for the children over 12 years. And do you know that child labor is so much opposed internationally that in UK, parents can be jailed if they do not make their children attend school regularly. But if we talk about Pakistan, the ratio of child labor in Pakistan is comparatively high. Out of 3.8 million economically active workers, 2.7 millions were claimed to be children. And 50% of the economically active children are in age group of 5 to 9 years. Means 2.7 million children, out of them 50% are of age group of 5 to 9 years, while 3.8 million children of age group 5 to 14 years is working in Pakistan. So ratio of child labor in Pakistan is high. Children are working in different sectors, especially in carpet weaving and making of football, in making of bricks. They are the child labor are the economy runner of our country, but it is not legally right, and they are very much opposed at international level, and it is a matter of great concern in Pakistan because it disturbs or affects or give harms to the mental, physical, and moral condition of a child. So keeping in view the situation of Pakistan, the question arises, although child labor is a serious concern, but in developing countries like Pakistan, where poverty is an important problem and 7% of cities population and 15% in village population lives below the poverty line. Students, remember, poverty, a person earning less than $1.25 per day. Nowadays, it means almost 250 or 300 rupees, is living below poverty line, according to World Bank. World Bank says the person who earns $1.25, less than $1.25, he is living below poverty line. And in Pakistan, 7% of city population, while 15% in village population lives under or below the poverty line. So in such situation, the question arises, do you think the compulsory education is a good idea, or should children be learning skill for later life? This is a very important question. So, keeping in view the situation of Pakistan, let's discuss it. As Pakistan is an agricultural country and 75% of its workforce is engaged in agriculture. People do not feel need of education, as in agriculture the information or the knowledge that is required is usually passed on by words, by mouth. And in other professions like carpet weaving, football making, workshop skills, all these profession skills are taught at very early stages to children. Similarly, modern means like radio, TV, mobile, internet, they give the news of the world and of different events without the need to be able to read and write. So that's the reason people do not get education, and the literacy rate is not as high as it should be in Pakistan, especially in the rural areas where it is very low. Poverty is another important issue because children are supporting their family and they are the economy runner of our country. If you have seen the figures, you will know that a high ratio of more than 50% of active workers are of children. So because of the poverty, they are forced to do the petty jobs. But students, you know that education is very important. It is an essential tool that can change, or we can say it is the only tool or the best tool that can change the world. If we do not get education, we cannot cope with the modern world. Although Pakistan is an agricultural country, but it is becoming more industrialized, and with the more industrialization, the need of literacy increases, as it helps the educated person can read and write the information, can follow the information, he can keep the record of different things, he can do office work. So to get good job, education is very necessary, as it helps a person to get education and to come out of poverty, and he can lead a better life. So education also makes or tells one about his rights. Education is essential to getting on the worlds, getting better jobs for higher position, to change one's life, to get out of the poverty. So keeping in the situation of country like Pakistan, education and work should go side by side with proper balance. And if children are being taught a skill, their health, education and well-being should be given priority. They should be given their due rights, their health should be protected, they should be given proper education, so that they not only support their family, but they also learn different skills along with education, and at the end they will be able to change their life, as the lack of tertiary education leads to poverty, and poverty leads to child labor. So student, that were all the major five or big five Pakistan's export. Then number one was cotton, the number two is rayon, the third largest export of Pakistan is rice, then sports equipments or goods, and the fifth one is carpet. So let's see what is the direction of trade. Which are the countries that bought or buy Pakistan's export? According to the economic survey of 2013 and 15, the share of the following countries in Pakistan exports was 61%, and then these countries were America, China, UAE, Afghanistan, Britain, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Italy and Spain. These are the countries which are the mostly buyers of Pakistan's export, and 39% of Pakistan exports is sold to other countries. That's all for today. I hope you have understood the topic. Here is your home task. You have to complete these statements. Use the given words appropriately to filling the blanks. And the question number 2 is to arrange the 5 big exports of Pakistan in order from ranking from first to fifth. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.